There we go. There we go. Okay, well, hello everybody. Welcome to Thursday. Today we're going to be looking at Johnny's color. Johnny is a brand ambassador from Greece, although he's right now, I believe, in Italy. So he'll be with us going over. Actually, we're gonna hear from him tomorrow, but he's on today, so you can ask him questions. You know, do a double dip and ask him questions today and tomorrow. I'll look on Facebook, and Anna and Ethel, Gabriel will assist me in reading your comments if they're there. Has anybody come on Facebook yet? So with that, also, if you want to show, if you want to paint along, we'd love to see what you come up with as well. The more interactive, the better. Hello, Anna. Hello, Sarah. So if you want to show some of your work, that'd be fantastic as well. So we're going to look at Johnny's colors. I have some of his colors, 2, 4, 6, 7 of them as sticks. I'm missing the alizarin crimson in the stick, but I'll show you the sticks of the tubes. So we're looking at alizarin crimson, bloodstone, bronzite, burnt sienna light, burnt umber, cascade green, cerulean blue, indanthorn blue, lavender, lunar black, lunar violet, piamontite, quinacridone gold, shadow violet, sleeping beauty turquoise, and ultramarine. You know, John, I don't see many yellows. You must not be a real big fan of yellow, but not a whole lot of yellows.
Nope, only the queen gold, yeah.
Okay. All right, so I think with that, if you'd like to paint along, we'd love to see kind of what you come up with as well. We'll do some mixes. We'll look at the colors. Let me put this down. Okay. So I'm going to do alizarin crimson first. So as you know, alizarin crimson is a coal tar derivative. And it's only one of 2 fugitive colors that we have. That and opera pink. So I'm going to show bloodstone, bronzite, buff titanium, burnt sienna light, and burnt umber. Okay. Start with alizarin. So we do have a permanent version of alizarin.
John,
Yes.
is the permanent version of alizarin crimson also a coal tar derivative?
No, it's actually several pigments that are mixed together.
Right.
So no, it's not.
Gio, can you please help push your paper out just a little bit so that we can see your swatch in full frame? A little, yeah, thank you.
Away from you.
So the bronzite, if I was thinking about this, and I was really thinking about it, I would have done the bronzite probably as the last color. And the only reason being, it does have a mica, and that's going to get into my paint once I wash my brush off in different water, and I can do that. But that's the bronzite. It's different water. So here we have the alizarin. This is the bloodstone, and this is the bronzite. Cheryl's in Guadalajara. That's pretty cool. It's on my list. So this is buff titanium. All those differences. So Cadre's in Istanbul. Just came back from there 2 weeks ago. It's they've not been there. It's an absolutely beautiful place. This is burnt sienna lights. It's a really pretty color.
May I ask what kind of paper Anna is using today?
Absolutely.
Anna, what kind of paper are you using today?
I'm embarrassed to say it's really cheap. Just cheap watercolor paper.
Your audio, Anna, is a little low.
There you go.
Yeah.
Saying I'm embarrassed to say it's a really cheap, just cheapo watercolor paper. 140 pound.
So this is the burnt sienna light. That's a really pretty color. Burnt sienna light. And this is the burnt umber. I'd ask Johnny a bunch of questions now, but then he'd answer the same things tomorrow. So as much as I want to ask, I'm not going to ask you.
Angela, your top camera is out of focus and it's still on portrait mode.
It?
Yeah, the top cam, the one that's showing your swatch. Yeah, this camera, it's still out of focus, and just adjust it back to landscape.
Not focusing, right? Sure one.
So Buffy, which colors are you doing?
Sorry. No, but
I was asking Buffy, because I see her, which color she would.
How about now? Hi, guys.
Hi.
I'm moving slow today. I'm trying to see which colors I have of Johnny's. So I'll tune back in after
Okay.
I dig.
All right. And Mark, how about you?
Just also trying to find out what I've got of Johnny's. But so far it's just those ones there.
Okay.
Johnny, I've just mixed your ultramarine blue with the bloodstone, and that makes a really lovely neutral gray. Really lovely combination you chose there, Johnny.
yeah, and I have a mix here with alizarin and the bloodstone. Nope, the other cam. Now.
That's stunning. Wow.
John,
Yes.
would you be able to pull your camera out a little bit because we're missing top end here?
Oh. Gosh darn it. Yeah. Yeah. How's that?
That's fine. It'd be better if it were like pulled up away from it a bit. 'Cause it's a bit, it's a bit close.
Yeah, I'm fighting with my two monitors are in front of me.
Uh-huh. That's all right, that.
So buff titanium. This is Queen Gold. So burnt umber, burnt umber, burnt umber tube, burnt umber stick. I'll show you Piedmontite in a moment, so I'll show you Piedmontite right now. So burnt umber, Piedmontite. Hello, Rick. Hello, Besnick. Okay, so now we'll do the next 6. So this is going to be Cascade Green.
Johnny,
Yes.
what draws you to all these Piedmontite colours?
I love the granulation so much.
Is that a big thing for you when you're at granulation?
Yeah, yeah.
Good, nice. Looking forward to seeing what you do tomorrow.
Thank you.
I don't know if we're supposed to wait for our questions for tomorrow, but can you talk a little bit about using granulating pigments with all your portraits? You do lovely portraits, but
Yeah.
you use granulating pigments.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, because I think that skin it's not perfect, so I need that granulation to show some crackles and our like fingertip, like the crackles of the skin. We are not like dolls. We are not porcelain. So yeah, I want to show that through my paintings.
Mhm. What are your outside motivations, Johnny?
Sorry.
What are your outside of art motivations that motivate you to do painting?
My motivation.
Outside of your painting?
Music.
Music.
Maybe, yeah.
You like a bit of, does that show through in your art? The type of music that you
Not really, not really, but I really like to play the guitar
All
and
right.
do music while I'm painting. But sometimes I listen to really hard things, so it doesn't show to my artwork.
No. But it still motivates you to be creative though, and that's the key thing, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah.
Johnny, I have a question.
Yes, please.
How do you use lavender in a portrait?
Well, I can use it for a skin tone like on the shadows, but most of the time I use it on the hair, like to bring out some light, some texture, like the wetness and all that beautiful stuff.
Would you mind making a mixture so we can see?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We're watching a video talking about how they used to make tonal values in human faces by using in 18th and 19th century in oil.
Yeah.
And they used a lot of blues and greens as an undertone.
Of course, yeah.
And it really does work.
And that's a big word. Could you explain tonal value?
Oh,
Some people might not know what you're talking about.
How many centuries have you got? Tonal
That's
value.
up to God. Tonal value. There are just some people here that may not know that term.
It basically applies to any value that is between white and black. You might see people who do pencil sketching, and they make a little line of about 10 pieces, and each one is starts light and then it gets darker and darker and darker, and that's what your tonal values are. When you're painting in either watercolor or oils, they call it either the dead layer or I always get this Latin word wrong. Gracili, is it? Gracili? And that's an academic term for painting in grey tones.
Thank you so much for explaining that. Because if I were to call myself a tonalist, I would definitely say I use gray tones. Thank you.
It's just basically, I mean, a master of it is Alvaro Castanet, because you might think he's very colourful painting, but a lot of his work is at least 80% of what he puts on there are tones of grey that neutralised colours that turn grey.
Maybe John can invite Alvaro since he's a brand ambassador and we could ask him about this.
So Gabriel, here I have an example.
Is that Catalina?
Yeah. And I'm gonna paint her tomorrow too. So yes, right over here with the lavender.
Yeah, nice.
I like this.
For a quick sketch.
And you mix the lavender with which color?
This one is with shadow violet, but on this portrait, I think with Payne's gray, which I don't have on my dot card.
I love it. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Is that Payne's Grey the blue shade?
No, the original.
The original one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And tomorrow maybe I will try it with Sleeping Beauty instead of the lavender.
Mm. I've been
So
having
the
a-
other thing that I wanted to show you is this is Cascade. This is Cascade Green. Cascade Green is co-precipitated, as are the CAD-Us are also co-precipitated. So they're a series of pigments that are bound together. So by definition, they're one pigment. And you can see it breaks into this really pretty, from a yellow to this vibrant blue. The longer you leave it, the more it breaks. So it's, which makes it really unique. You'll get the same thing if you play with the CAD colors as well. And then the pyrroles, I'm always asking, what are the really bright colors? Are the quins really bright? Quins are bright, but really kind of nothing comes close to the pyrrole family. They just scream. They're the brightest of the bright. Probably the next one down would be the perylines, and then probably equal to the perylines probably would be the quinacridones. And then before I moved on to the last two that Johnny's shown, I wanted to show you the blacks. I get this question asked a lot. So you probably know the blackest black that we have is lamp black. So that's the blackest black we have. And I want to do this and not mix it up, so I'll do it one more time. I'm going to show you lamp black and lunar black, and kind of what makes the lunar black unique. Okay.
John,
Yes.
John, sorry.
Yes. Yes.
Would you be able to show that against a mix of the darkest I've ever been able to get any colour is a mix of burnt umber and ultramarine blue mixed together. Would you be able to show it against that as a contrast?
Yeah, I'll do that in just a second. I have ultramarine blue here. It's one of Johnny's colors. I'll be glad to do that.
And I am gonna mix the burnt umber with Indan from blue, which is my go-to black.
Yeah, I mean, that's another one.
So this is Handsy Yellow. On top of lamp black.
Mm.
And I'll show you with on top of lunar black.
Hey, Johnny, I'm looking at Elisa's wonderful image she has here with the different cats with your dot card. Which color is close to your cat's color?
Well, I have 3 cats, so yeah, let's see, maybe one of them, maybe it's the burnt sienna light. And the other 2 has a lot of colors, so I'm not sure.
You paint cats quite a bit, though.
Yeah.
So you draw inspiration from your cats. I enjoyed seeing you paint your cat at Fabiano on the big giant piece of watercolor paper. What colors did you use for to paint your cat?
I use the quinacridone gold, burnt sienna light, and I think that's it. Yeah. Only 2, yeah, and shadow violet for the shadows, yeah.
Shows you how that yellow is cutting through that blue a lot, isn't it?
Purple, violet.
Yeah. It's lunar violet.
Is it?
Can't find my black. So the black would even be more. So lamp black is just going to end up hiding the pretty much any color you put underneath it. Whereas the lunars will break loose, and the lunar black will really break loose.
John,
Yes.
Buffy asks, so lamp black, is it even darker than McCracken black?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah.
I shouldn't say that. But yes, it is. So remember when Laura made his black, it's a really cool story, Buffy, because he wanted to make a color that even though there was multiple pigments, it's one of the colors that has the most amount of pigments, that it was flat, and that you as the artist could then choose to warm it up or cool it down. That's not the case with lamp black. That's just not the way it is. But with Lawrence, that's his whole process, was to create something that could be warmed up or cooled down. It's a neat story. It's like you can watch his video. It's about 20 minutes long, and he goes over the whole process of what he was thinking, how he uses it in his artwork. It's pretty neat. I mean, all of you have really cool stories. It's so fascinating to watch them afterwards and kind of learn what you have learned through just a lot of practice. Lauren does an undercoating of many times of quinacridone gold to see if his paper has had a holiday, because the last thing he wants to do when he uses a black is to have any white come out. So it's kind of neat to watch each one of you. This whole process you go through in your artwork it's pretty nice.
Johnny, do you have the painting that you used, the Lauren McCracken black, with your figure?
No,
Nearby?
it's in Florence.
Oh, I'm so sorry. It's in another country.
Yeah.
Thank you for that explanation. I really, really love the McCracken black. It's kind of inky when you use it. So it kind of mimics ink, I noticed, when I'm painting with it.
Awesome. Somebody was asking me, I was doing a presentation a couple of days ago, and somebody was asking about, watercolors and how long does it take? And it's like, I think it takes a lifetime. It's probably one of the art forms that's the most variable. How much water you use, how you use it, what kind of paper to use, what kind of brush to use. There's just so much variability. On one side, I think it's what makes it so, awesome. And on the other side, I think it's what takes a lifetime to learn how to master. I think even Alvaro would say that.
Gio, do you have an example of ivory black versus the Lauren McCracken black in a painting?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because Gio uses a sponge.
Yeah.
I have over here the ivory black, the lamp black, and the McCracken black. And over here, it's mine. It's Indian throne blue and burnt umber.
Johnny, the camera does not pick up the nuance and subtlety between the pigments. Can you describe them a little bit?
Yeah, so the ivory black, it's a little bit warmer. You can see some browns and greens. The lamp black, it's cooler, of course, a lot of grays. And the McCracken black, it's everything.
On the lamp black to the left-hand side, the mass tone looks quite strong and dark, doesn't it? A bit stronger than the mass tone on the other two, I would say, from what I can see here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well,
but that has the one on the right-hand side is.
Yeah, I went like this and then draw the water.
Yeah. the McCracken black looks like it's got more of a natural gradient towards it.
Yeah, it's smoother.
Sure, yeah.
Mark, do you have something to show us today?
Yeah, I've been doing some mixes. I'll show you based on what we're talking about.
Nice.
I think the two interesting ones here is how buff titanium. This is buff titanium with Luna Black and with lavender. And I use them. They work very nicely for buildings. If you run like a distressed kind of look in the buildings, the buff titanium mixes very well with both of them to get that effect. And what else? This one is very interesting. This is actually
Cascade with Piemontite.
yes. I've never tried that before, and it's really, really nice.
Love that.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Which hematite? Is that burnt scarlet hematite or just regular hematite?
Piemontite. It's Piemontite.
Piemontite.
Oh, Piemonte. Ooh,
Yeah.
that isn't a stick. Very nice.
Yeah. It's nice and red.
Thanks, Mark.
Did you use it from a stick, Mark?
I don't have a stick of that one.
Did you put the stick on the wet surface of a paper or paint from your brush?
Mine is from the tube.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Angela Barbie is going to town over there. Do you have something to show us?
Hi. Yes, I'm doing now the beautiful indanthrone blue, and I will add now the quinacridone gold and see what happens. That is a big surprise. Where is it? Here. Some blue still from the indanthrone. It's a beautiful green. And here I have the previous set of washes. I love this cascade green. When you wet it, look at what happens. Here, the blue and the yellow divide. And this is Piemontite, I think, bronzite. And
This is so beautiful. Have you been spraying this with
Yes.
spritzer?
Yes, here. Can you see it? Yes, you can see, huh?
Gorgeous.
Thank you. In Spain tonight is the celebration of St. John's night. We call it verbena. This is the night, the longest, in theory, the shortest night and the longest day. So everyone is crazy throwing fireworks and lighting bonfires. It's the official beginning of the summer for us.
What do you have for us, John?
Shadow Violet and Sleeping Beauty.
That's right.
That is correct.
So why Shadow Violet, not Moonglow?
Well,
Why-
I used to have the Moon Glow too, but I changed it with Lunar Violet.
Oh, okay. Very nice.
Why would you switch it? They are completely opposite.
The lunar violet and the moon glow.
Yeah.
Well, I find them quite similar, except for the granulation of the lunar series. If you see them just as colored, they are quite similar.
Yeah,
Except for the green.
Yeah.
I agree. It just doesn't have green.
The lunar violet, doesn't it have orange instead of the red?
shadow violet. So shadow violet has power orange versus power red.
Okay, it's shadow violet, not lunar violet.
It's missing
I
the
would-
green.
It's missing the viridian, yeah.
So here I have the moon glow and the lunar violet. Lunar violet, it's deeper, okay, but if you go really heavy with the moon glow, you can achieve the same violet.
I think Angela Barbie has said it, this color, moon glow needs lots of water.
Yeah.
And Nico will also say, the lunar violet needs lots of water. And I think these two colors have so much quality in the pigment, which separates Daniel Smith from all the rest.
Well,
This is just one of the examples.
As I've been working with the sticks, I've been noticing how you can see and experience the characteristic of each pigment separately, how each stick behaves differently and the product is pure, and how each one behaves differently. And I find that interesting. I've been enjoying, I don't normally work with indanthrone blue, so thanks, Johnny, for introducing me to that one. I work in the other ones. That indanthrone blue is working really nicely with Cascade Green, Johnny's colors, and here with buff titanium and lavender, that combination is just beautiful.
nice, beautiful.
Thanks, Johnny, for introducing a new color.
You're very welcome.
I'm so surprised to hear that, Anna, because indanthrone blue is such a popular color.
Anna,
It's-
could you-
Very robust colour. Can stand up to a lot of things.
My favorite blue.
I think we have a
It's in
question
one
from
of Dan-
Anna. Anna, you raised your hand.
Hello?
Yeah, go
Oh, hi,
ahead.
yes, thank you. Hi, everyone. I was just looking at Angela Barbie's colors. Can she say which one is just next to the one of indanthrone blue and Queen
This
Gold?
one?
That one, yeah.
This one is actually, it's quinacridone gold, the same as this one, but there was some blue in the brush, so it got this green, this beautiful green. And then can you see here how it mixed with the water when I sprayed it? Look.
Oh, yeah. I thought it was a third color, so
No,
yeah, that's
no, no.
beautiful.
Same one. And here the quinacridone gold with the piemontite. Look at what it does. Wow.
Wow,
When it mixes like that,
beautiful, thank you.
Thank you.
what are we calling it? Are we calling it fringing?
You would call it?
What would you call it? When it mixes like it is doing like that, would you call that fringing?
Fringing. Maybe.
Like a fringe on edge of a piece of material.
Yeah. I like that word. Yeah, very much. I like that. I will adopt it. Thank you. Thank you, Ian. Fringing. I went to the Fringe Festival in Edinburgh, but that doesn't count, I suppose.
That's a bit of a festival.
Yes.
Ian, I think you've developed a new watercolor term. When I read about it, I hear it as creeping, but I think fringing is a lot more appropriate and a pleasant,
poetic, isn't it?
pleasant word.
Well, I'll just get it in now. Ian Jackson, copyright 2022.
Yes. Well done. Well done, Ian.
Yeah.
And the great thing about the quinacridone gold is that it can create really beautiful greens, like an example with the indanthrone. But in my palette, I have 3, let's say 4 other blues, if we count the lavender too. So with cerulean, ultramarine, indanthrone blue, and the lavender, if I combine them with the quinacridone gold, I get a lot of greens, and that's why I only have the Cascade as my main green, let's say.
Yes, I was surprised that you only had 1 green, but you can paint all the others, I suppose. Yeah.
Exactly, and I don't have a yellow.
Exactly.
Only the quinacridone gold.
John, I think
Yes.
Buffy is ready to share her swatch.
Oh, fantastic. Love to see it.
First of all, Johnny, your colors are just beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah. Gosh, there we go. So the granulation is amazing. So I have the Sleeping Beauty, the Lunar Violet, the Piemontite, the Quin Gold, the Bronzite, and the Buff Titanium. And I don't know if you could see all the granulation that's happening.
It looks like heaven.
The colors get along so good together, don't they?
Yeah.
Now I have to think of something to paint on here. So if you have suggestions.
I'm so
happy. Beautiful. And by the way, Bronzite is my favorite shimmery color. It's my favorite. So beautiful colors, Johnny.
Lots of silhouettes of what do you call them? Those birds of peace.
Say it again, Ian.
Lots of silhouettes of birds of peace. Forgot what to call them. Fancy pigeons.
A bird.
Okay. Okay. We'll find
Seagulls.
some birds. Ooh, seagulls.
And you mean doves, right? The white
Dove.
birds, the doves?
Dove, but do we mean black silhouettes? Lots of them.
Doves.
Okay.
Doves.
I have a challenge now.
Almost as though they're flying through heaven.
Thank you,
Thank
Buffy.
you, guys. Thank you.
So Gabriel asked how I use the bloodstone. I have an example here. Most of the time for shadows.
Oh,
Yeah.
But I use it a lot for hair, maybe for backgrounds, like this one. This has burnt umber, bloodstone, lunar violet.
Johnny?
Yep.
Is it a warm shadow or a cool shadow for the bloodstone?
Warm, yeah.
Can you say what colors you used for the portrait?
You will see it tomorrow.
Okay. We're excited.
Good question.
Bravo.
Johnny?
Yes.
You've got quite a few nice colours there, but in your painting, how many do you ideally like to have in the painting? Keep it simple, or do you like to put lots of colour in?
Well, most of the time I keep it simple, like let me count, like 6 colors or 5. But I try to experiment a lot, try a lot of colors, so my paintings can differ. one may have only 5 and another one like 15. I don't know.
So you'd agree with me that it's more about good color combination rather than lots and lots of color, which is something that people make the mistake with.
Well, I prefer a limited palette, of course.
Johnny, are there colors outside of your dot color that you like?
Yes, all of them. All of them, yeah. But I use a lot of carbazole violet, Payne's gray, Payne's blue-gray, hematite burnt scarlet. I love that color. Van Dyke brown. Yeah. I like a lot of them.
Angela?
Yes?
That what you're doing there is reminding me very much of a rusty old bit of metal that had some paint on it at one time.
Absolutely, you're right.
Yeah.
And this is Piemontite and Sleeping Beauty.
Exactly. You know them well.
Yeah.
I love Piemontite, really. I love it.
John should do the game today to try and find out which color you used, and I will win every time.
Of course, of course.
I have some new ones. We'll see if you'll win.
No.
Exactly.
Johnny, do you you had a very wonderful mentor, George Palitis. Do you feel there are some colors that you use that are in his palette?
Absolutely, yeah.
I know Piemontite, for example. Cascade green.
Yeah. And Cascade green, quinacridone gold, cerulean, bloodstone, of course.
Yes, bloodstone.
Look how that's seeping in, Angela. That's really nice.
Yeah.
You just put that color down and it's like just a slight, and you can see like a limey greeny color in it. It's nice, man.
This one you mean?
Yeah.
Quinacridone gold with
how it's fringing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're ever looking at anything that look what you want to look rusty and old and what have you, they're great colors to.
This is what George does and what Angus McEwen does, also another brand ambassador from Scotland, doesn't he? And he uses turquoise a lot. I'm not sure if he uses this turquoise, John. Does he use this particular turquoise or a different one?
I'm not sure.
I think he uses cobalt teal blue.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Johnny, I've got to pull you up on something.
Sorry?
I've got to pull you up on something, Johnny. I've noticed something.
What?
Where's your ultramarine blue?
You know, Ian, people have a problem with people from the north of England. I don't understand them.
I apologize. I'm trying to speak Queen's English. It's just
exactly. Please speak Queen's English with your finger and everything.
Angela, it's so hard. I'm so glad I was on mute. I just snorted. This paper choices. What do you like in paper, Johnny, to use?
I use cold press and rough.
Have you ever painted on Yupo?
Nope.
I have. Shall I show you?
And I am afraid. I don't want to.
It's just a bit weird. It pulls off. You get something down on it and you think, great, I've done it. And
can I show you my Yupo painting?
That's neat.
Oh.
I think it's a single run thing.
I painted that with Sylvia. You can see Sylvia's marks, no? Here the holes.
I love Sylvia, the way she uses the hot air to make this plastic paper. I see a hole in the paper plastic stuff.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
With a candle. This is opera. This is hematite burn scarlet, ultramarine blue. Look at the things it does. It's incredible.
I would never paint with a candle. I would catch my beard on fire.
You have to use one of those chef things.
Look at this.
Not with
You can use a cigarette too to burn the paper.
Oh yes.
You could do a carnival mask, purposely for the Venice Carnival.
Yes.
It reminds me.
Just on a technical point, John. John.
I'm sorry?
Are any of the paints flammable? Do you know of?
Any of the watercolors? No, they're not.
No. It's just that we're talking about using naked flame on particular surfaces.
Could you destroy them? Yes.
Yeah. Well, you could just burn them, couldn't you? Right? But none of them would combust under heat.
Yeah, I mean, you can destroy the pigment, change it anyway, modify it up to destroying it.
Right. So they're not.
But it's part of art. That's what you want to do. It's to be creative. I mean, that's the neat part about art. It's a multifaceted journey.
Well, I mean, I've watched a guy on YouTube who sprays pictures on it, and then he puts a flame on it, and it looks, fabulous. People use all sorts of tools, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
To get what they want. I mean, I use bleach sometimes on my paints.
Have you ever used alcohol? No, soap. Hand soap.
Yeah, in liquid form, yes.
Yes.
That works. Yeah.
So just the soap will just act as a surfactant, just like it does on your hands, and it'll make whatever the stuff is move more freely. Takes very little to do that. So interesting. So I'm putting together something on the web to do the color mapping, and as simple as it is to think of that in two-dimensional, it gets really quite interesting on the web. So looking to go over that with you sometime here, and also a wish list and a kind of an inventory that you can actually take inventory of what you have, etc. So try to integrate that.
I love that idea, John.
Yeah, it should be kind of cool. So I know for many of you that understand the C Lab, it's going to be you'll see it from even a different perspective. We'll show the triads, we'll show the complement colors. It should be quite interesting. So Maria, where are you from that it's so hot?
Hi, I'm from Spain, and yes, it is very hot here.
Okay.
What part of Spain?
Valencia.
Ah, Valencia.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful but hot now.
Beautiful but hot. I heard that from Italy too. Giovanni and Letizia are saying it's beautiful but hot.
Yeah.
Here we're cold. We have 63 degrees, and Belle, you're probably colder down where you're at.
It's freezing in San Diego.
Wow.
I believe you.
In Italy, it's terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, we're all wanting it to get hot until it gets hot. Then we don't want hot anymore.
Now, Sunday, we're supposed to get to 91 down here, Joe.
Oh my gosh, that's too hot.
That's Belle.
Well, you're not far from me.
No, we're not that far. No.
Bella, thank you so much. I'm really enjoying doing watercolors with your glass nibs. Thank you.
Oh, I'm glad. Glad.
Did
I
you
told something
get
about that
some?
yesterday. That was really interesting.
You tried them, John?
It gets
No.
up to 104 here.
Say it again, Elsa.
It gets up to 104 here.
Oh my gosh, that is
That's
hot.
day.
No,
But
my
That's
God.
hot.
Love your haircut.
my job
What
would be
planet are you on? 104?
Oklahoma. When we first moved here, it got to be 112. We thought, where have we moved? We have a question over on Facebook for Angela. We have a
Yes.
question for Angela.
Yes.
Saying, from Carol Payne, saying, Angela, please, what is the color you've used at the bottom of the Quinn Gold? Thanks.
This is this one, I imagine, the red one, right? This is alizarin crimson. This one is alizarin crimson. And this is ultramarine blue. And the mixture makes a beautiful violet. And this is, no, you mean this one? Oh, this one. Which one is this? Let me think. Oh, yes, that
it's
is
a-
for, tell me, Johnny.
No, please.
No, please. You know your colors.
No,
You
please.
guess right. Every time, Johnny. You're always
Oh,
making the
this
right
time-
guesses.
This is quinacridone gold, and this is
Burnt sienna light.
burnt sienna light. Exactly. Yeah, after I said it, it was easy, wasn't it?
Thank you,
And then
Angela.
I see I missed another question on Facebook. After talking about soap, Cheryl also asked, Cheryl Paletta asked, has anyone used coarse salt in their paintings?
Of course, yeah. Salt it also gives a very beautiful effect. Very, very beautiful.
So
Only if I'm painting at the Great Salt Lake plein air, I use salt.
You use it
I'm
from
gonna
the
give
ground, right?
I would like to give the foil and the other side of the conversation. So adding salt and adding soap or Clorox bleach or other aspects to your watercolor for artistic expression can be great and wonderful and highly encouraged. But if you're looking at keeping your paper archival, then I don't touch those things. If it's anything I want to keep archival, that and John might be perfecting my vocabulary. Maybe I'm using the
No,
word.
I think you're right. You're right on the money. Absolutely. I think from the
Okay.
artistic side, take it to wherever you want. But then if you're worried about archival, that can change the characteristics of the paper and the sizing. So, if you want to do that, you want it to be long lasting, you might want to talk to the paper company and see what they recommend. Because anything that's going to break down the sizing is going to break down the archival quality.
So as an artist, if your goal is to just express and explore and celebrate and create, then go for it, absolutely. If your goal is to keep your artwork 200 plus years, for your artwork to outlive you, then you should probably stay away from salt, soap, Clorox, etc.
I use alcohol in a spray quite a bit and get a very unusual effect.
But does it work with watercolor? I thought it only worked
Yes.
with inks and other things. No?
No, it has to still be somewhat wet when you spray it. And the wetter the color is, the more it's going to change, but as it dries. But if you get it just right between dry and wet, you get a beautiful effect.
Really?
Yes. I'd like to see somebody spray it, one of their paintings, with a little bit of alcohol one day.
Yeah, we will do that. We can do that.
I've often wondered whether you could spray artist linseed oil onto it while it's still wet, with that separation of oil and water. That might create cells if you sprayed it on. And that obviously is an archival substance.
Okay, everybody, I want to say thank you for being here. It was great hearing all the different conversations. Thank you for taking part. John, you're going to have to answer all those questions again tomorrow.
A lot more to come there.
So thank you, Johnny, for being with us and answering those questions. And we're looking.
Thank you, guys.
I'll even ask you more tomorrow. Anna, thank you. Angela, Ethel, Gabriel, Giovanni, Bell. Thank you all. And tomorrow we'll see you again. So thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye,
you.
everybody.
Thank you.
Johnny.